Good Friday morning and studying our soap. We are in Daniel chapter 3. And I'm kind of, I guess I really am giggling, laughing because it's like, how stupid can you be with Nebuchadnezzar? I thought about First Corinthians chapter 10. There are two verses in there, verse 6 and verse 11, that say, and these things were written for our examples. Number 6 says, so we will not lust after evil, because it's given us Israel's history. And then for our admonition, says verse 11. Those of us, we're in the ages to come. This is us. Read the word. Where they do right and they're following after the Lord. Paul says, follow me as I follow Christ. But if they did wrong, if they took liberties for granted and decided we can do anything we want to do. Here's the case with this pagan king. Chapter 2, we left off where he's saying, Daniel, I know that your God is the God of gods, the king, because he has given you all of these secrets. He has helped you reveal these secrets. He knows how Daniel and the Hebrew boys have kept their faith. They could change their identity, change their names, but not their character. Why would this king, be he pagan or not, recognize that all of his astrologers and his sorcerers did not have power to do what only God can do? And God did it through his vessel. Why would this man, in Daniel chapter 3, verse 1, it says, and Nebuchadnezzar built a 90-foot tall image that was 9 feet wide, and then threaten people to say, hey, if you don't bow down to this, because this gold image represents me, if you don't bow down to this, you will be thrown in the fiery furnace. So as I read it, Lord, what is it that you want me to learn? What is in this for sharing? Number 1 is recognize, trust, and obey God's truth. Don't think so highly of yourself. Number 3, remember God's commands that we shall not make any other kind of image. God alone is who we worship. That's idolatry. And number 4, I believe to watch out for temptation. There's a temptation for pride, arrogancy. Read Daniel chapter 3, the first 31 verses. Ask God, what is it that you're telling me? You're showing me. Because I also learned to have complete faith and trust in God, even if he may not come through the way we think. Because when he went to the 3 Hebrew boys and said, you will bow, because the other sorcerer snitched on them and said, hey, those Jewish boys over there, they're not bowing down. So he went and said, named all of these horns and all these musical instruments and said, when you hear them, you will bow down. He was very angry, furious. And they said, you know what? No, we're not going to even have to answer you. We know that our God is God. He can save us. But even if he doesn't, we know he can. And we will not lose our faith. We will not worship you. So no matter what your circumstances, how fiery your trial seems right now, that's what it said to me. Keep trusting in the Lord as the 3 Hebrew boys. Because we see that when they were thrown in that furnace, those who threw them in burned up. But they were unbound, thrown in, bound with all of their robes and clothes on. But they were unbound and walking around with Jesus in their midst. Jesus is always in our midst. So many lessons to apply from Daniel chapter 3. I love you. God loves us. He so wants us to love one another. And God willing, I'll see you Monday. Have a very sweet and safe weekend. Bye.